a more analysis. And make a way off the back of a Madrid and Atletico the Madrid game. Now, exactly what we expected. Exactly what we expected in the sense, say, senior game no ebeko, senior ball no park no so ebeko, and the most important fact say it is probably one of the matches you will not be able to tell no be qualify after the first leg, and maybe apart from the Arsenal PSV game at Eindhoven, Arsenal for a pulley Eindhoven for the aside no. Almost every game you can tell say nipa ba could be ended the nibe to tell kakra. Yes, Villa did it a 3-1 Brugge. A game where you say a dead kakra, but still given what Club Brugge have done against Atalanta, you give them some chance kakra. Then you go and look at the game and against the most goals nebeba. I know that just 2 goals and the least goals yesterday. Our Champions League game, our Signal Iduna, very very good game between Lille and the Dortmund match. Also a game that's open and will be decided at Lille. So in all of these matches, you can tell say games are very very interesting in all of the teams. Games are you can't really write anybody off. And Rich, and now across all the centers, it was super. I won't talk about Mikel Arteta and any Arsenal team because 8 goes to 1. And it will maybe now a little bit embarrassing for PSG for no. Maybe someone say now any team way na Juventus struggles on any bebo end of in one. Any team way na even Liverpool at some point in time. Yes, at that time Liverpool are qualified we answer.
Arsenal team are interesting.
That is exactly the kind of team you don't come on. Rich. And Massa say Brahim Marco La Diferencia. Essentially talking about the fact that Brahim Diaz and I had the difference maker on the day in a big game at Madrid Rodrygo. Almost that match, look who's a warm embrace between Carlo Ancelotti and Diego Simeone. I think say Uche Bonibia, say Uko Spain. The Spanish way of playing is essentially to have a lot of the ball. Say oh, you're married up a bony baby. Oh, you're boss up a bony baby. That's what they do. But for the 2 big teams that are Spain, Croatia, they don't usually want the ball. Only are more up from the relational point of view in terms of football, not particularly about positional. At the end of the day, you're perceiving. And these are the 2 teams in Madrid that were coming off face to each other. And more before this game, Atletico de Madrid and the Madrid games twice this season have ended in a 1-1 draw. So we knew that there were going to be goals from both sides. We knew it's a goal on the battle. But how was it going to be like? What will be the difference makers on the day? Which makers in Miatro? You can't write Madrid off ever. In any game, not just Champions League. Madrid were a lot of difference makers on the field of play.
Game changers.
Let me take Gabi. And what Gabi said was excellent. Carlo Ancelotti attested to that fact. Said, need 2 key players, Vinicius Jr. and then of course Kylian Mbappe. On that night and no. But there were 3 players that essentially turned the game around for Team FNFC Real Madrid. And Atletico de Madrid in a 4-4-2 mid-block say, Rich, both teams no empebo no sa obi empebo no bo. So that one and another ball, only ball possession. A calculator being 50-50. Across the game, it is 51-49. Madrid 51% of ball possession. Atletico de Madrid 49. You started ball on the pay. You could tell, say, Madrid 4 plan was not to force the issue against my friend Atletico de Madrid. Atletico sat in a 4-4-2 mid block. And Madrid had some semblance of a 4-3-3, but then constantly making sure, say Atletico for a force saying now almost Madrid will say that we don't have to circulate the ball in the half spaces to find Mbappe quickly. So only see Timobo, so very very good positional play teams now, like Barcelona as well. What they'll do, they say quickly, or breaking lines, not finding Dani Olmo, or finding Gavi, or finding Pedri in the half space, same for the likes of City. But what Madrid did on the day, they said, see, Kitabo in pa. Yeah, much you men in the Kamaving and Kita. He is circulating ball in front of their block. not in between the lines against their block. And yes, sir, so we need a ball off here. Your wingers instead of attacking, we will have a lot of distance to cover, and then they will hurt us. I think that was excellent game plan from Carlo Ancelotti. And for somebody, me is very critical of Carlo in the dream at Madrid. And every day I am quick to say the players know sometimes bail him out, And I love the tactical plan.
If you cross it tactically when you're good.
Like I mean,
but I know they will see Camavinga off.
Yeah, I think so. And yes,
so when you're free man,
yeah,
and Atletico be a second goal.
Well, yes, you can talk about that, but for me,
but quickly, so no. As Atletico for no use more.
You see, away from that, taking off at 2-1, Carlo Ancelotti wanted control. Into who is the better controller in the Madrid team? Ceballos, Cepra, Cruz, the one man. Look how Modric comes in. And for me, that ball circulation, was important to the extent that on the tactical board. Athletic are sitting in their unconventional 4-2-4 and I say 4-4-2. And yet symmetric, asymmetric. It's about 4 no I say, then 2 nation 5 and then another 4. But Rich, Madrid players are in our central area. I say, just one. Mbappe Pene, one player in the central area. Now, Rodrygo goes over the left-hand side, or I say right-hand side, sorry. Then on top is Vinicius Jr. Look at the players in here. Federico Valverde, who is essentially a build-up player in the midfield and in the midfield zone. Chilmeni and Camavinga, and that's what I'm telling you. Madrid for plan was to circulate the ball here. Yeah, forcing Memphis. It is the one who said Mbappe who ball game Libya. It was a ploy. Mbappe no occupy them centrally. Then we hurt them here. Now look at this part. Johan Gallan. Tries to close it down on a bench of Rodrygo goes. There are 2 things he can do as a fullback. He defend the space and as he defend the man. Gallan decides to defend the man. No, just space not to him. Excellent idea from our branch friend Federico Valverde to attack the space with the ball and then hope the player will beat Golan with Golan and faster even than Rodrygo Campa. The way I know no before I ten now Rodrygo caught. And for me that was excellent from there. Rodrygo go as
say.
Very, very, very underrated.
And Mikazo say go na I didn't be see me team. And Mikazo me try no me WhatsApp a gra. Say look Aquano Ebola.
Yeah, top player.
And the instant as a forward.
Yeah.
Are becond comprehension.
Yeah. Very, very
super
very, very, very good player for Rodrygo goes. And Rich.
You also take your Branton on.
As any him say top goals were going to come right away from that. You see, Rich. Time when Julian Alvarez every city no for Adebayo. So that when he goes into a team where he becomes the point of view or the go-to guy. And for me, as Atletico de Madrid, we achieve our aim. At Man City, yes, good team, but under the shadows of Erling Brugge Haaland. This week, we are against Athletic Bilbao. Atletico Foni winning on top of Madrid. Then in a game like that, when they needed somebody to step up, it was just him. And they picked the ball from the right-hand side and then scored a brilliant goal. And me na me need the live commentary me from me phone na me say Twitter me ko na yala chat was na ye James Brazil and Argentina game here 25th of March but border was Santiago Bernabeu on ma and I think that was spot on in there and essentially Brahim Diaz in the second half Emmanuel 2 goals to 1 so the tie is still open for everybody, don't worry, the tie is still open for everybody and I'm sure say a very really interesting tie. My focus is here. Madrid Ayenas will gather momentum. Barca would want to do, and yet as big a match like Madrid Atletico de Madrid. But what you have to understand is that for FC Barcelona, almost against an opponent and as an oppositioner, or yet more like a chameleon. The last time Hansi Flick called back to Benfica, Chromodom, back against Benfica. It was a game where we didn't expect Benfica to be Musa, but they did. But I've said it several times. One of the current Benfica manager, the former coach of Wolverhampton Wanderers, constantly as a manager, one of the things that he does so well is the compact 3 at the back, becoming 5 and preventing you from hurting them. So I've asked myself this question, and this man, Bruno Lage, what's the son in San Juan against Barca? Will he still open up the game and let Barca beat him? Because of share goals, Barca share goals. And I know they'll be a little bit shrewd. no one can't do and ask Barca to break them down when you go into the match. And then what we are hearing, and he said Barca go into it with a lineup of Inigo Martinez, Balde Reste, Frankie de Jong to control the game, Pedri, Dani Olmo, Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski, Rafinha. Then of course on the other side, Atletico will lead the line still. And the first Greek player also consistently with Champions League named Pavlidis with Antonio Silva and Otamendi. Everybody showed Mama Naya 4. I think that in nights like this, Barca seem to have that control. And I'll put my money on Barca to go away to go and do their job away from home. Which who may say chance we are on, who may say ball we are, they may be a new football fan. For whatever reason in the world. Yeah. So now and I mean yes, a match is now solid. Bayern Leverkusen, Liverpool, Paris Saint-Germain, Barca, Benfica. These are all very good matches. Inter going away to Feyenoord. And that one I won't go there. I believe the Inter, yes, I'm only form now having been good, but away to Feyenoord, Inter double chance over 1.5 is a good one that I will go for away from home. This one. Do you think say Paris Saint-Germain can you start the season? You know? Now this man has been vindicated now.
For letting some guys go and adding.
And now the team is playing well.
Oh yeah.
Season is starting, you know. Who feel how they qualified now? They didn't qualify automatically. And automatic qualification because struggle here. Top 22 so this is a Paris Saint-Germain team. Months ago, it took Nasser Khalif so catching in and say he believes in the coach. He believes in the manager, say Onya Jumano, and he can go on and deliver the successes that they are looking for. I think Sir Luis Campos has done a good job in terms of squad building. And Makaneha said the parable of the elevator and the staircase. No, Paris Saint-Germain try elevator and Anyejuma. Now they are being forced to go through the staircase. Say I've seen a tactical switch throughout the league this season. Only unbeaten, and we have just a few more matches to go. And almost be a and then Abra and Slot Ekasa about Vicha Kvaratskhelia or say probably you don't come from England. We are interested in every player in the world. It's exaggerated. I can't tell you if we were interested or not. Talking about the way England coach journalists overestimating everything that goes in there. I've seen what this starting lineup looks like. And now Luis Enrique said the Dagini as a coach, in the last few matches, about this French boy called Desiree Doué, about him as a number 10 behind the attackers. Now about Vicha Kvaratskhelia, Bradley Barcola, and Alberto Osman Dembele, so it's a front four. Also, acquire a tactical meeting with the team, you know. Boys need the air catch and say, boss our front four against Liverpool. Now, only Liverpool match in them. But also shift from a more experienced tactical point of view. One Shinia, the balance that he's looking for in the middle of the park, he won't get it if he plays the Serie in central areas. We know, say, Abante friend Jean Neves will play. And I've told you, sir, for me, Paris Saint-Germain, I thought Vicha Kvaratskhelia, I thought Bradley Barcola, I thought Ousmane Dembele. But the best purchase has been this boy called Jean Neves because essentially, only the tempo controller. But in this day, in the modern age, you know, when your tempo control or something physical or you're combative or cover large grounds, then you know that you have an exceptional player. And that is what Abrante friend Jean Neves here with Abrante friend of Vitinha and Abrante friend Fabian Ruiz to control the middle of the park. Fabian Ruiz, what he did at the Euros for the Spanish national team, there for everybody to see. Very important player. Echiron Marquinhos, Pacho, Nuno Mendes, and Abrante friend Ashraf Hakimi. Only the battlefront of this match, Richardo. Ashraf Hakimi Penenimba, Trent Alexander-Arnold Penenimko. Also on the opposing wing, there is Bradley Barcola, there is Luis Diaz. Bradley Barcola, tricky, very good in wide areas. Into Ujani space for hand how. Again, there is also Luis Diaz, so very direct and aggressive. Say Ashraf Hakimi he's going to be in trouble. I don't want to be in the dilemma at all of the coaches in the world. I think it's a ball. So Paris Saint-Germain, they have to play it here.
Middle.
Yes. You saw a lot of strength in wide areas. But if you overcommit in wide areas, that is where Liverpool will do a lot of outlet job for you. Or maybe you see Mohamed Salah because Bali Bakola and it means that Mohamed Salah will occupy that spot and have a hell of a job for a branch of Nuno Mendes. But what I'm saying is that the Paris Saint-Germain control game will feel if you want them. Have possession, recycle possession. win a lot of duels. Now, almost control game from there. Then they pin Liverpool back and now sustain spells of pressure. When yes, Liverpool transits in the channels, open up the spaces, and then they will head them and then get goals from them. It's unim. Misika or Paris Saint-Germain. But on the goals, on the betway bets and ne ayedema yetie for there. Essentially, it's about goals. That game, very very likely say be in a draw. Me share match ne dia me makuma Paris Saint-Germain like my catch on because I like how they play. But I think that goals are going to come. And a team by mention any team, my friend Bayer Leverkusen, also very interesting match on. I know that there are going to be a lot of goals also in some match, and this season, Xavi Alonso will try bia no hit roadblock, or try no hit roadblock, or not the results that he wants. I am thinking said this one away at Bayern and NOT Asimoka. Also Bayern having a very good season. We are ready for a very hard fight in there. Crescent Company seems to get the players to be playing exactly how they want to play on them, and I think that this is going to be a match that's going to be open for them. In some match also goals are going to flow in there. In all of that, Yakeke get very very good picks because you say go no ebeto baby. So that's the first one. There are some anytime goal scorers where I say some of them 20-30 odds because they just 4 games in the Champions League and they back up asanso account amount. It's just 3 matches and 3 codes and they on the tactical board on the betway screen. So now what's me kucha okwa. Just make sure so we try the 3 codes. And the first one, 181 8D 25D 181 8D 25D. Next one, 181 5AC9 181 5AC9. Next last one, 181 84CA4 181 84CA4. That is all. I say now, mention 2000 and I say young Combra. Okay, my boss, me percent. I love you. Okay, here car boom be brave. Nah. Okay.
Say you can 3-4 na ya bu.
I agree. Near mom.
Just can the agum na. Nyame admo china.